Sussex dominated a rain-affected first day of their LV County Championship match with Surrey in Horsham, where Steve McGoffin and James Anyon quickly ran through the Surrey batsmen. Michael Yardy won the toss and decided to have a bowl first, which gave a chance for yet another new opening partnership for Surrey to lay down the foundations. But within 10 overs, both openers were back in the hutch. On 11, Jason Roy took on McGoffin, only to find Anyon at mid-on, the batsman furious with himself for his choice of shot. Mark Ramprakash had been brought back into the team in a new role at the top of the order, but his run of low scores continued as he edged McGoffin behind after scoring 8. The start was soon to become a troubling one for the visitors, as 3 wickets then fell in the space of 9 balls, all with a total on 32. Xander de Brain nicked Anyon to Yardy. Rory Hamilton-Brown was out for a golden duck against his former county as he glanced a delivery from Anyon to Ben Brown. And Steve Davis, who left for Birmingham at the end of the day as cover for Matt Pryor for the 3rd Test match, was taken in the slips by diving Luke Wells, as a very impressive McGoffin claimed a 3rd wicket in what may be his final game of the season for Sussex if Queensland get their way. 4 of the top 5 Surrey batsmen had departed with a single-figure score to their names, and now it had been left to Tom Maynard and Gareth Batty to try to dig their side out of a big hole. Instead, before 20 overs of the match had been bowled, Surrey was 6 down. Maynard the next to go with a nick low down to Yardy to give Anyon his 3rd wicket. The 2 opening bowlers for Sussex have been terrific. Naturally, they couldn't keep going all the time, which at least gave the Surrey batsmen some respite. Having said that, McGoffin and Anyon were to bowl 3/4 of the overs delivered in the Surrey innings. Batty and John Lewis had added 44 either side of lunch, but both were then out in successive Navid Arif overs. Batty on a top score of 32 edged firmly to Ed Joyce, who then also claimed a catch to dismiss Lewis for 14 and leave Surrey in a mess on 97 for 8. Lewis was the latest man to question himself after getting out. Surrey welcomed Murali Kartik into their side for the first time, now that he was back from India, and he scored some handy runs late on. But McGoffin and Anyon were now back on, and the innings was soon over. Stuart Meeker gave Brown his 3rd catch behind the stumps, while Jay Dernbach went in the next over as Anyon matched McGoffin with his 4th wicket. Kartik was left stranded on 23 as Surrey were all out for just 124 in 40 overs. Anyon took 4 for 63 and McGoffin 4 for 27. 3 overs into their reply and Sussex had lost Joyce, who gave Davis a catch behind off Lewis. Davis will be replaced by Gary Wilson for Thursday, with Davis returning if he's not required by England. That depends on Matt Pryor's eye infection. The best batting of the day at this lovely outground in Horsham was left to Chris Nash and Wells. They wanted to make sure that the wonderful efforts of their strike bowlers were not going to be undermined by the top order. Dernbach wasn't at his best in particular for Surrey, and both batsmen played in a positive manner. Good news for a side which has lost its last 2 LV County Championship matches to Nottinghamshire and Middlesex. Kartik tasted his first success for Surrey in his 4th over for his new county, Nash lobbing a chance to Roy to go for 38. The rash shots of the batsman to get out to was clearly catching. 3 balls later, the promised rain arrived. Alas, the forecast across the country looks a bit grim for much of the next couple of days. Sussex will hope that it doesn't ruin their chances against their rivals. They'll resume on day 2 on 81 for 2, just 43 runs behind, with Wells still there on 33.